How often do you find yourself being your own worst critic? The way you speak to yourself really does matter. A kinder inner voice can make a huge difference in how you feel, how you navigate challenges, and how you approach life overall. And the good news? You can learn to change it. And in this video, I'm showing you how with 5 ways to tame your inner critic. So you can start taking back control today instead of feeling like you're constantly being read for filth by your mind. So let's talk about taming your inner critic. Listening to that critical inner voice go on and on about everything it thinks you're doing wrong and eating away at your self-worth can be absolutely exhausting. I know from first-hand experience just how unpleasant it can be. So that's why today's video is all about learning how to quieten your inner critic so you can teach it to be a lot kinder, or at least to be a lot less obnoxious. If you're new here, I'm Jeremy Godwin. I'm a mental health counselor and I teach you simple ways to improve your mental health. So welcome. Let's start with my first tip, catch negative thoughts in the act. Because awareness is the first step to kindness. You can't change the way you talk to yourself if you don't realize how often you're being self-critical. Negative thoughts often pop up automatically, and catching them in the act is the first step toward building a kinder inner dialogue. Try doing this. For one day, keep a simple tally of every negative thought you have about yourself. It might sound daunting, but it's just about noticing, not judging your thoughts. By the end of the day, you'll have a much clearer idea of how often these thoughts happen. This simple exercise helps you become more aware of your self-talk patterns and how often you criticize yourself, which is the foundation for creating change. Next, reframe self-criticism with compassion, so you can turn what's wrong with me into what do I need. When we're critical of ourselves, it's often a sign that we're struggling or that we feel overwhelmed. Instead of piling on criticism, you can consciously reframe it with compassion by asking yourself what you need to feel supported. Next time you catch a self-critical thought, pause and ask yourself, what would I say to a close friend in this situation? Then repeat those kinder words to yourself. For example, replace "I'm such a failure" with "I'm having a tough time, but I'm doing my best." This reframing exercise trains your brain to respond to challenges with understanding instead of judgment, building a habit of self-compassion. Next, celebrate small wins, aka celebrate progress, not perfection. Your inner critic loves to focus on what you haven't done, but a kinder inner voice celebrates what you have achieved, even the things that may seem small but are still wins. Recognizing your progress helps to quiet self-doubt and it builds greater self-esteem. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you did well or feel proud of. They don't have to be big. Even things like "I made time for a healthy lunch" or "I responded calmly to a stressful situation" are positive achievements that should be recognized. Reflecting on your wins shifts your focus from what's missing to what's going well. This simple daily practice rewires your brain to notice and appreciate your efforts, reinforcing a more positive and supportive inner dialogue. Next, set boundaries with your inner critic. In other words, don't let your inner critic run the show. Your inner critic is often loud and persistent, like a drunk in a midnight choir, but you don't have to let it dominate your thoughts. Setting boundaries with that critical voice helps you take back control and keep things in perspective. The next time your inner critic shows up, visualize it as a character, maybe an exaggerated, whiny version of yourself, or even something silly like a cartoon character. Acknowledge it by saying, "Thanks for your input, but I'm not listening right now." This separates the voice from your sense of self and helps you take its power away. By setting clear mental boundaries, you're reminding yourself that your inner critic isn't in charge. You are. Next, practice daily affirmations, also known as speak to yourself with kindness every day. Positive affirmations are a simple yet powerful way to reprogram your inner dialogue. Repeating kind and supportive words to yourself helps drown out negativity and builds a more encouraging mindset over time. Start your day with a simple affirmation like, I am enough, or I'm learning and growing every day. Say it out loud, write it in a journal, or even set it as a reminder on your phone, and repeat it throughout the day whenever you need a boost. I have a digital tool for sale on my website full of positive affirmations for better mental health. It's linked in the episode description. You'll find that daily affirmations create a habit of self-kindness, helping to replace old patterns of self-criticism with more constructive and positive self-talk. Here's the thing. The way you talk to yourself matters, and learning how to be kinder with yourself has a positive impact on your self-worth and your mental health and well-being. Instead of being your own bully, choose to be your own best friend. So what's one step you'll take today to create a kinder inner voice? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what works for you. For more ways to improve your mental health, listen to my weekly full-length podcast, Let's Talk About Mental Health, with new episodes every Sunday. It's linked in the episode description. And if you find that self-doubt often gets in your way, then watch this video next. It's linked below. Remember, you're in control of your inner voice, not the other way around. Take care and talk to you next time.